Greetings, everyone. Welcome. We are on our last ranked draft for Theros Beyond Death for a little bit because Wizards is taking it away from us. They've decided they have too many queues going on their limited front. It was fracturing their audience, they say. So instead of having Theros Beyond Death best of one all season long with a different best of one being peppered in alongside it, instead it's going to go 2 weeks Theros, 2 weeks something else, 2 weeks Theros, 2 weeks something else. That's kind of a bummer, but I almost don't mind on a personal level because what it's going to do is force us to play some best of three on the off weeks, and I kind of like best of three, even though I don't like there's pros and cons to best of three and best of one, and certainly best of three is actually better for my EV. I do much better when given three chances to take 2 wins, and so there's that factor. But I don't like that they took something away from people and that there's people who exclusively play best of one limited and are really disappointed that they now don't have Theros Beyond Death half the time for the entire season. That's kind of sad. But yeah, I would love it if they would give me best of three and maybe shorten the event down a little bit, but only with the accompanying reduction in cost of entry, right? I want the math to be similar again. I just don't want the event to be as long. That would be nice. Yeah, players who are better than 50-50 in a given game should be significantly better in their match win percentage in best of three because you get to apply that advantage you have by being above 50% multiple times. Anyway, you guys get to apply the advantage you have of having access to cardkingdom.com for all of your physical magic needs. You can go to the panel down below, and there's a link to my sponsor, cardkingdom.com. They have the best buy prices in the industry. I got a little story about that. I've told you all that I sell to Card Kingdom a lot, and often I'll start on a sell list and then get distracted and go to bed, whatever. It's like it's something that happens over time, and I'll have a bunch of stuff in my cart overnight, in my sell cart, and then in the next day, it'll say, we've adjusted the price of some of the items in your cart due to inactivity and because things have changed. And you see that, and you maybe in your mind you're like, I wonder if they see stuff sitting in carts and they lower the buy price on it or something because they're going to use that to get you if you leave stuff in the sell cart. Now, I never believed that, but I was like, I wonder if people think that. But then I had, so what happened overnight? I was selling a card. I put something in the sell cart, and then overnight they increased the amount they were going to give me for it by $4. So if they are trying to get us, boy, they're doing a terrible job of it. So I don't think that. Anyway, the point is, if you do leave stuff in the cart, it will update to reflect their ongoing prices, but it's not connected to. They're not trying to get anybody, right? So anyway. If you need any of your physical magic needs taken care of, yeah, check out Card Kingdom. Do it from my affiliate link. They know you got there from here, and that means you're supporting my stream when you shop for magic cards. And I know you're going to be happy with the results of your shopping experience with them, so I have no problem recommending them, and that's what a sponsorship relationship is all about. Thank you so much, Card Kingdom, for your sponsorship. Now let's do some drafting. We are going to buy in for gems, and we'll be buying in for gems for a little bit here as we are actually saving our gold now to buy the Nyx lands.
Some say I never heard of ya, a rap burglar.
Hey Swamp Lore, thank you for that sub, really appreciate that. Oh, Raptor says, I think micromanaging prices based on what's in carts overnight costs way more in terms of time than it would gain in terms of savings. That's why I was certain they were not doing it, but also knowing how the human brain works. My first rule of game design is that any game with overt randomization and a forum has a thread on the broken shuffler. That's my first rule. Every one. Show me an exception. Show me a game that has overt randomization and a forum, and I will dig up the thread in which the players are complaining about the broken randomization. And the aggressive randomization out to hurt players that the game devs have put in the code, right? So given that the human mind is capable of that, I just wanted to clarify that yeah, that's not happening. Anyway. Yeah, so we got Ashiok. I've had Ashiok once before. I wasn't sure exactly how good it was going to be, but classically, as a planeswalker that protects itself, it was great. It was just great. So we're going to happily windmill slam this and move on. Sad to pass the Myers Grasp. That may be going next. I can't remember if we've had many straight blue-black decks in the format. I think when we had Ashiok before, we splashed, but we're certainly going to take Ashiok and see about
the sweetest ingredient.
Ashiok. This is my stream, not yours. Can you shut up, please? Thank you. Anyway, we're going to see about making Ashiok work as a Dimir deck or a splash. We'll see. Thassa's Oracle is... I have not had this, not even had an opportunity at this card since very early in the format. But this is legit, right? I mean, this is a combo, right? Maybe it's not a... Yeah. Oh, it's each opponent. So we can't self-mill. All right, we can't self-mill, but still, this is very legit, yeah. It is a combo? How am I missing it? Wait. Look at the top X cards of your library. Yeah, no, there's no self-mill combo is what I was saying. But anyway, rare into rare on color sounds good. Let's do it. It kind of makes me want to try to lean into these two colors pretty hard here, but I suppose we could still end up splashing Ashiok. But or else let's just not get married. We don't need to marry yet. We're trying to get married, really though. And now, yeah, we can take Fishify here. Goes right on plan. We're gonna really try and cut blue because we want to. If anything, we want to be heavy blue. But like, you could take something like a Mischievous Chimera and try to splash the black. But this is right on the heels of me talking about how splashing has just been very costly, and that you want something really worth the payoff. Frankly, though, this is it. This is what I'm talking about. Like, this is where I am willing to splash. But I really need to tighten up my splash game and only splash for cards that basically left unchecked win you the game. It is blue removal, and it probably makes sense to take it over a gold card. Yeah, Apathy, though. Maybe we should talk Apathy, because we could be blue-white again, because apparently when we go blue-white, we get pack 3 Trawlers, so there's that. But One with the Stars is similar to Apathy, not as good, but similar in terms of what it does, but it does it more clunkily and, not exactly the way you want, but it's blue. So I'm going to pull this because I think this is interesting. I think Apathy is quite a lot better than One with the Stars, but it is not blue. So should we go with One or Apathy? Or I'll even give you Chimera if you think we should be looking at something like that. I don't think, even if you think we should stay black, we're not putting these into consideration. Hey, MTG bot is back. That's nice. Because if we're looking to go long, also I want to look to splash in decks that are looking to go long. So we could take Apathy, and if we ended up splashing Ashiok, it could be fine. Only 4 for Apathy. Everybody's into leaning into blue. And, from a cutting standpoint, I like that too. This is a reasonably high pick, and there is a lot of value against bots in cutting the color that you most want to be in. There really is. I mean, I worked on these bots. I know they are pretty hardcore about looking for the best card and taking it and then locking in when they get colors, get some density in colors. So if you can prevent the bots from getting any kind of density in the color that you're most interested in, you can send the whole bot table downstream into other colors and really get hooked up in your main color. So, I hear you, Lizard. I was kind of on the Apathy plan. But the scent signals, scent signals here are way better than live. So it is very real compared to sending signals left is a very real thing on Arena compared to live. So I'll follow chat, but I also hear you, former Mauxy, Lizard, the Wizard of Lizards. I hear you, but I think the blue lean has a point. So Riptide Churl has been very good and also works with trying to win very late with Oracle and Ashiok. That we could also mirror shield up. This has been annoying to play against, but I haven't quite been able to find the spot to play it myself yet. Yeah, Mystic can do some self-mill, but they are easy to get. I'll take Towering Wave Mystics 14th when available, or when they're the only card we could possibly play in the deck. Here, we're going to take Turtle. I think it's fine. Still looking for our second color, which does not have to be black, and frankly doesn't look like it is black. Have we seen any black since pack 1? Like any play? I think maybe there was something in the pack when we took Oracle 2, but we haven't seen any tempting black. We could take another. I mean, this helps with the Oracle's devotion. Yeah, white looks pretty good. Pegasus, I think people looking at Pegasus are onto something. Scophos is fine, but not amazing. I actually do like the Pegasus a little better. We don't have anything on the board. I don't think we need to stay on blue for these. It is alpha, but like we'll get like, we should take power here. Like, we don't know what our second color is yet, but I would rather have a Pegasus in case we're white than a Seaguard because we know we're blue, if that makes sense. I think this is the best card in the pack because it's slightly over the Maze Warden. Although the Maze follows us around, so we should probably take the Maze Warden because we're going to get the Maze. It's no reason to branch out, but this isn't a reason not to, Hannah. Like, I just feel like we're going to get enough of these, or historically we have. These have been coming so late. I mean, they just might not be in the packs, but so we don't know what the packs are going to contain. But I think this is, to take a note from Ben Stark, drafting the hard way to pick up a Pegasus here. And Lantern, if we were in best of 3, I would like a little more, but I'm not interested really in main decking this, even though it does cycle. So it cycles for 2, which is a pretty decent floor. It cycles for 2 on an installment plan even, which is a pretty decent floor. But I'd rather hedge to something that we might actually play and make use of. So pick 7. These must be next to each other. I remember these two were in an earlier pack, and they're both still here. This isn't the same. These aren't the same 2 though. I'm saying this run is in here somewhere. The trouble, Hero and Phalanx were all-stars, both of these, in one of in our 7, I think we went 7-1 with a Boros aggro deck that felt very good, but it's not really what we're doing here. Yeah, Flare actually feels like more what this deck is doing than Hero. But we do have a Sun main now, and I don't want the Eidolon. But see, that's what I'm with Mabinap. This is not really what we're wanting to be doing. However, Mabinap, at some level, if you took the rules text off of this card, there's some percentage of the time where we are absolutely happily playing it in this, where this deck ends up, simply because it's a 2-drop we can run. So why are you playing a Flare deck? I'm not playing a Flare deck. We don't even have a Flare. I'm saying we could. This is a powerful card. I mean, I like Ferengi. We're not talking about sacking for value. Just saying that this is still a powerful effect, and the set provides, I find, ample things to sack. There's all these omens running around. You end up with auras that have already done their duty that you can sack to the final Flare. Anyway, that's what, like, I don't think we're a Flare deck, but I don't think any of these matter all that much either, but maybe I'll pull it. I'll just do what chat says here. Sorry, we'll call it Flare hero or rage for the berserker, or I'll even put other if you think it should be something else, because you could make an argument for tactics or even the oracle. Like maybe you'd rather just have a cheap 2-drop or the eidolon, but I think the ones I named are the most standout possible. And yeah, let's not forget black. Even though we saw no black in this pack, it could be in a spot where we get the real black hookup in 2, and then we switch back to blue in pack 3. Yeah, people just want to hedge towards black a little bit on this pick, same way we hedged white here. That's fine. Oh, sorry, hero was above. Yeah. Well, Colin broke the tie. I think probably, yeah, Berserker Hero. This is a good toss-up. I like where you all ended up. I do think it's probably Hero versus Berserker. But since Berserker matches Ashiok, we'll take the Berserker. I don't think the Hero matters here. And we just took the Pegasus as a little hedge. I don't want to even necessarily end up here, but the opportunity cost was low enough. But like, I would rather take the random black 2/2 for 2. You know, this is much better for us than a hero, because if we're gonna stick random 2/2s for 2 in our deck, let's head them towards Ashiok, you know? Elite Instructor, people calling this out. I've not played this yet, and I really don't like it, but I suppose we could. I don't really like either of these 2 cards, especially with what we're doing here. What's our curve look like? Exactly. It's a little better when digging for a bomb, but I kind of just want to get on the board. Although it's blue, fine, I'll take it. The thief doesn't really matter. Let's just not waste too much time here. We could even grab an Omen here. We could end up blue-green, splashing Ashiok. Like, I think Omen is the pick here. Maybe Indomitable Will. These are all aggro in a way that we are not. So I'll take Omen in case. This is interesting. Maybe we just need to listen. I mean, there's been a lot of red available too. There's another turtle though. I think I'm going to take the Chimera though. If red is just forced down our throats, we'd be okay to take. Yeah, I like the turtle. We have one though, and we'll probably get more. I think the opportunity cost on Chimera is just the turtle, so I'm going to do it. Yeah, I'm hoping we don't actually play this, but... And I'm going to hedge again, see where we're really headed here. Maybe take a Wave Rider and we could actually be aggro, ditch the Ashiok entirely. Thrill is also possible here to work with this kind of thing, but I think if we're red, wouldn't we just want the Wave Rider? If we end up in red, I think we just want Wave Rider. I haven't ditched Ashiok yet. So I'm going to take Wave Rider here on color. But look at that. Yeah, all right. Take that too. Here's a Mystic. Hey, look. Last pick, Seaguard, is much better than where we thought about it. We could just take gems here, but there's a blessing if we are going to head down this path. Surely doesn't feel like black anymore, does it? I mean, is Charger good in what we're doing here, though, Scotty? I mean, if we're in black, we're obviously blue, and we have Thassa's Oracle, and we have Ashiok. This actually doesn't feel like it fits that well in what we're trying to accomplish here. You like the Gorgon. Where's the Gorgon? Oh, this one? Yeah, Hierophant is fine, but I really don't think we're black. GRS just wants the gems. I suppose, because we don't know we're red yet either. That's fair. I'll just gonna take gems. Heck, I'll leave it in the pack. Maybe we are still blue-white double splash black. But here we get like a Careless Celebrant. There's no great blue, but now we're in this position where we're starting to head towards a thing that's at odds with itself. I mean, are we oracling at the end, or are we crashing in? You know, this is like, ugh. Yeah, goal is great, but you're not going to take, if we're red-blue, we're taking Celebrant, not goal. Omen is also solid, but I would rather have the Celebrant. Gems is possible. What does this even do? Reveal a top 6. An opponent exiles a... Oh, that's drawn a lot of cards. Oh, but they get the best one. I see. Yeah, we don't want that. It's a bad card. Bad card. So I'm going to pivot towards aggro red-blue. That's what I'm doing. Until we get pushed somewhere else. This format's hard. I really think you want the Celebrant over the Red Omen. Yeah, this, even though I'm talking about being red, like, the thing is, now we're only in pack 2, pick 3, so we still have lots of time. I was thinking we were in pack 3, actually, so now I feel much better. Given that we're just in pack 2, yeah, I'll take Timmy. Continue to let this draft try and tell us where to be. But it's been tough. Yeah, these have been all over the place, right? Probably just Denial, though. This is playable. Convolute is not great, but it was always playable, and there's not really anything else here unless we want to, like, take a Blessing. I can take this, not taking this, not taking that, not taking that. Yeah, whatever. Boy, this has been a really disjointed draft. Now, what does this Dream Shaper Shaman do? I gotta read this carefully. I know roughly what it does, but I need to actually read my card. At the beginning of your end step, you pay 3 and sacrifice a non-land permanent, any type of non-land permanent. If you do, you reveal a non-land permanent from your library, put that on the battlefield. You know, just okay. So it's swapping non-lands for other non-lands for 3 mana at the end of a turn. Yeah, so there's Shaman, Lamprey, Thrill is just whatever. We'll try to pick this up last. Yeah, you could sack Shaman tokens for real stuff from your library. I think I want to try this Dream Shaper. I think Aspect is easily passable. I mean, Aspect is fine, but it's still pretty whatever. Now, like, green is being thrown at us. We'll take a Thrill here. Chain to Memory might have a home in this deck, given where it's headed, but maybe we just want a War Leader. What a weird draft this has been. The only thing I think I'm sure of here is that I'm playing green at this point. No, we're not gonna, like, it's some Grixis combo here. So given that, it's War Leader or the Chain. Neither of them particularly exciting, but I'll take a 5. If we end up in red, we could use a 5. Stern Dismissal does some stuff. We're best of 1. We could consider running a Revelers, but I really like seeing a target before we bring it in. Probably just a Final Flare here. Or a Stern Dismissal. Yeah, it's one of the 2 interactive spells. How high would I pick an amulet next pack? Pretty high, because Ashiok is pretty darn well worth splashing. But we'll see. I'm going to take that. All right. We go favor. We're still not completely done. All right. Maybe I need to, like, start doing it this way. Really thinking about what each pair is offering us. We're much deeper in red right now. Not that it's significantly better, but we're much deeper in it anyway. So with the whole pack to go, we still could be black, so I should take the favor. Wow, now what, folks? Turtle for the second, you know, we're blue, we can take the turtle, be fine, but an omen? I know this isn't great, but pick 10 omen? All right. Just making sure that I'm not, like, we just have, like, it's forcing us. This is just forcing us to be blue-red. And then we get a final flare, which I'll take over the brute. Practically want to take vault progress. I don't think we run either of these, but I'll put this in the board. We were expecting this back. What do we got here? Do you want the grasp? How can we take grasp? We gotta figure out colors here now. I mean, you really think we're still, those of you who want to take grasp, you think we're still black? Look at this red now. And we just have the blue omen we can grab. Yeah, I'd like just or we take gems. But I'll take omen. If we splash black, it's going to be for Ashiok and basically Ashiok only, I think. Here's that amulet we can grab, though. There's nothing. Oh, there's a blessing, though. We should take blessing. I didn't see the blessing. Amulet would be the pick for anything over here except blessing. Another dream shaper, but I just want the second omen. Although this is probably getting us to that place where it's like, do we have enough creatures? Maybe I should just take the trickster, but trickster should come late. Take another omen. Here's this omen, but we just want a fateful end. Singer's fine. Well, maybe we do need creatures. Do we need creatures? This is how you end up not getting enough creatures, because you keep getting fed stuff like this. Yeah, we take amulet too, but really, like, there's a fateful end here. You just got to take the fateful end, right? Too good. Triumph of Anax is not really the saga we're looking for. Although this could be the deck for it, honestly. Is this the deck for this card? We still need creatures, though. I probably just want a Naiad. Those of you who want the altar, you're basically saying, look, we have pivoted to an aggro red-blue deck. In fact, let me go. I'm going to back out of this just so it resets our sorting. Here's where I think we're at, folks. Probably even like this, and maybe even this. And like, we spend the next, like, how many creatures does this even give us? Probably not enough. We don't even want a turtle in this build if we could help it. If we did this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 creatures. 29 of our 20 cards are creatures. See, this is what happens. Like, you just have to take Naiad. Like, I kind of want to try this card, but no, we need bodies. Well, we'll see. If our I'm looking at it as though we're not, and then if we don't feel like we're powerful enough and we have to, or if we get that amulet, if we get an amulet, like, thing is, I don't want to run an altar. So let me talk about this. I think people are looking for any fixing they can to justify Ashiok, but if we want, we have here an aggressive tempo deck, and I can still see splashing Ashiok in it as a fallback, but only if we do it with Traveler's Amulet, which we can count as a basic land effectively. Altar is too clunky, too much of a burden on our actual plan, on our real plan. So yeah, we're gonna take the Naiad, and we're gonna continue to try and find creatures to add to this, like this Wave Rider here. Rage Hound is what I want to be seeing in my 2 slot with this deck, so we're going to grab that, no problem. Here's another turtle, but I love a Starlit Mantle here, and we're going to try and not play our turtles. I want creatures, of course, but this is good for this situation. Another Rage Hound, also good. Oh, we could get Oracle number 1 over Rage Hound number 2. What do you think about that? Oracle or Hound here? What do you think? Oracle's ability is quite real, both of them, both the Pump and the Exile, but you do want to get some escape going, and having 2 escape creatures gives us a much better chance of getting our escape chain going. Only 3 for the Hound. Wow, I thought there'd be some support for the Hound, but overwhelming Oracle vote. Okay. Hero of the Game's probably our pick here. Yeah, that's... we were really getting the creature hookup here just when we needed it. And Trickster will take as well. Whew! This kind of came through. I was really worried about our creature count, and then we kind of got there. And we found our lane. I mean, we did end up in the right open colors. This could be a single portent kind of deck. I think I like it more than these 2. Lizard wants the Sea Guard, but this isn't very aggro. This, I think, could actually play for us, but again, though, it probably doesn't make the cut just because we're so heavy on other stuff, but I'll take it. I think we want it over any of these things anyway. Oh, here's another portent. Now I wish I could have another... I would take a second Sea Guard over 2 portents, although maybe we can be double portent. I'm not being Eidolon ever, though. And a Thrill at the end, too? Jeez, we did find a lane, I suppose. Hey, look! We're grinding gems, everybody! Gotta make a note of that. Also, now that I've got my spreadsheet up to date, I want to try and be better about updating it. So give me a moment here. Go. No, I think I may have crafted up to something to show early on, or we just did enough events that actually we got 4 of something. Well, we can talk about the Ashiok splash, but I really don't think it's worth it. Not with this strategy. If we happen to be in a 2-color deck that was looking to go long, Houdini, I would be down with your idea of Ashiok and 2 swamps. But we're specifically trying to be a 16-land aggro deck, and I don't see mucking up a 16-land aggro deck with a splash. We just can't do it. Say goodbye to Ashiok, everybody. Bye, Ashiok. Thanks for showing up. We tried. And did anybody redeem lands or deck box? I'm not sure. Let me know if you did, or if they're available. Somebody redeem them. Was it you, Timnos? Oh, it was Tron, and he picked Mirage. Gotcha. Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, good call, Oil Can. Oil Can remembered that we crafted 4 of the Oracle for a deck early on in the format. Thanks, Bogalow. Yeah, let's get on to cuts, right? So we're going to cut one of these. Sorry, let me get... yeah, I'll get the lands figured out later. Let's keep our board up. Probably don't need 2 thrills. Like, how much other turn stuff are we even doing? So we've got... And do we even care about it? Like, probably lead instructor can go... Let's look at our numbers, too. 14, 14. Yeah, I mean, I actually am thinking of cutting this, but it's probably, we should probably play it even if we're like playing it as a 4-drop that then you play a red 2 along with it or something. It's pretty oppressive. We're not going to play this on 2 very much. Well, I would rather even like bring in a, like if you want more creatures, let's bring that dude back in. And then, yeah, let's figure out our least effective spells though. Like let's cut a Whirlwind Denial. I'm going to even cut a Final Flare for now. 1 Portent. This is still too good. Triggers these and is removal. We have 1 Thrill in right now, and what I was trying to figure out as to whether we even needed the other one is really what we're doing here. If you're aggro, like I know that it seems like this is a pretty easy card to play. It doesn't hurt us too much, but if our game is going well, we're applying pressure and we're shortening the game. And in a short game, the total amount of mana we have to spend is going to be really finite. And in those types of games, you don't generally have the space to cast a Thrill, and it kind of bails you out of the games you're already losing, or it tries to help you when you're behind, because like if you're top decking, you top deck a land, you can hold it and then thrill it away and draw 2 real cards later. But I dislike planning for the fail case too much over enforcing our plan A. That's the thing. That's what I was looking for. So I'm going to first, here's the stuff we can do on their turn. I'm going to put the stuff we can do on their turn in one pile. And then we have the Chimera, and I don't know if we have anything else. That's what I'm trying to look for. No. This makes things cheaper. I mean, this is a payoff in that it makes these cheaper. Fateful End can be on their turn. Trickster is a quote payoff. But there you go. That's it. This is all we've got for casting on their turn. That being said, oh, here, I can get out of this scene. We're in draft view. Let me go to deck building. Thanks for the reminder. So not a lot of payoffs. So maybe we can cut Thrill, but then incidental payoffs are fine. Like we do want this Trickster to get bigger. We got to play it. Yeah, we'd run these anyway, but it doesn't hurt to help them, right? Doesn't. That's kind of a truism, I suppose, but you know what I mean. Here we go. Yeah, I'm trying to find cuts though, Hodge. What do you want to cut here? You want to bring this back, so then what are your 2 cuts? And here's our current situation. 15, 11, we could cut a Stern Dismissal. Cut 1 what? Portent? You want to cut a Portent? Nah, I don't want to cut 1 with stars. It's legit removal, and it actually does trigger these Wave Riders. And I'm not cutting creature. I really like, if we're going to be aggro, I like being at 15. I think 15-9 is where we want to be. We could get away with cutting one, though. I just don't think we would cut a Wave Rider. Like, I would cut, again, like even the Oracle. Like, in an aggro situation, the Oracle is just not really, like, what is this doing? It's giving us a little card selection. Yeah, I would way rather have 3 Towering Wave Mystics than 2 Towering Wave Mystics and a Thassa's Oracle. I really would. Like, this is a great plan for a grindy deck, but that's not what we're doing. I think I'm going to cut this. Well, I cut Flare before and got a lot of pushback on it. And I think if we're willing to go to 14 creatures here, then I like cutting the double blue late game card. With Flare, we 2-for-1 ourselves, but Flare is an instant, so you can do it in response to something of yours about to die, 88. And also remember it sacks enchantments and creatures, so you get to do things like just give up you've already used this to remove a creature, now you give up a 1/1 counter on one of your creatures to Final Flare, you know? And yeah, you can use, there's so much enchantment-based removal in the format that it turns anything that's being held down by enchantments into fodder for Flare. Omen of the Sea, we have 3 Omens that can be chucked at it. You can chuck Starlit Mantle after it's already done its hexproofing. Anyway, do you see what I'm saying? Like, I'm going on and on and on about the things we can do with Final Flare besides just 2-for-1ing ourselves with a creature. All right, like this? Yeah, I think I like this. Let's try this. And we're gonna, what do we call this? Ash. We gotta have something, some kind of Ashiok pun. From the Ashes. Mabinap, what do you want for box art? Ashiok? No Splashiok is good. How about this? It's a little spoilery though. Kind of leaves it as a question as to did we do it or not? All right, From the Ashes is more cleverly hiding our pun. Now, opponents don't see the deck name Aardvark, but my YouTube viewers do, and they see the deck name before they even watch the video, so I try to have and we have fun with the deck name, so it's just how I track my decks from draft to draft and how I name my event, you know, name my videos and stuff. So we don't want to spoil it for our YouTube friends. Okay, let's do it. Oh, how about some lands? We'll get some lands. The old no land 24 Carter. And we're looking for Mirage for our friend Tron. Good thing it's the first 2. Tron makes it easy. Father says, cut 1 Mystic to put the turtle in. Don't see a reason not to. Well, because we're an aggro deck. We're an aggro deck. You know, if we're blocking, we're losing. Like, there are going to be times in this event, I'm sure, unless things go incredibly well, where we're going to say, boy, wouldn't a turtle be good right now? Boy, sure wish we could throw away one of these 2 lands you've got stuck in your hand, Ryan. But we're making our decisions, and we're trying to focus on our proactive, aggressive game plan, and we're putting aside some of the things that are a little bit more narrow and a little off plan. Turtle is off plan. Thrill is pretty narrow and frankly off plan in the sense of being aggressive. So we really want to focus on that. So that's what we're doing here. All right, let's see how it goes. We'll get into the battlefield, and I'll update these numbers. We are 0-0. But everything else is correct. Come on, deck. Don't do us like this. One island. Just give us one island here, and look how great the hand looks. Now, instead, we might get an island in time, and we do have a celebrant, but I am going to be disciplined and mulligan this. Do you like it? You like a mulligan? Feathers wants to keep. We do have the celebrant. We have nothing else unless we have an island, and we only have 8. Like, that's high chance, but not, like, hardly a guarantee. Yeah, I'm in the mole, especially with London. Let's find an aggro start that we can really bank on. This is better. Look at those rat sleeves. Where'd they come from? Yeah, you generally don't want to, but you're not going to not run this out on 2 unless you have another threat. Although in this case, they're going to make a blocker pretty easily. So you could make an argument to start on Omen, but I'm going to go Celebrant. Maybe they play something worth fishifying next turn. Or we find something else. Ooh, that's even better. That's not worth fishifying. Although we could kill it. We could just attack. They block. Rat meme. Okay, better do that. Sorry, thanks, David. I'll get you. Hold on. Oh, bummer. Well, let's see. I might save. Well, yeah, it's still. Let's see how they block. Let's see how they block. Should have thought of that, though. We can play around. We should be playing around the White Omen more than I do.
Some say I never heard of ya, a rap burglar.
Yeah, we get both. The question is, do we want it? Because, like, by blocking this way, we can pick off the soldier with the fateful end and keep our celebrant alive if we value that. But we could also just accept that our 2-drop is going to effectively trade for their 3-drop, and then that's not the worst either. Let's go with that plan. I'll just do that. Well, I don't value Celebrant insanely highly, but now if they show up with a nice creature that we could have shocked with it, we'll be a little bit sad. But we're going to hold this Fateful End here and hope they play something with 3 or less toughness that we're happy to pick off with this. That's a good framing, Archangel. I like that. No, this is more valuable than this, so we shouldn't use this to save this, is effectively what they are saying, which I appreciate. And they didn't do anything for us to remove, so even though it does launch the Wave Rider, we're going to go ahead and Omen. Final Flare and another Omen. With white-red, I'm expecting this Omen to be pretty good, and the Final Flare on either of these Omens is nice, so we're going to keep both. And at 4, we have 2 and 2 on our mana, so our mana is good for our deck as well. Hey, Brian, what's up? Brian, I never got to say this yesterday. I was talking too much music with everybody, but I'm really surprised you say you've been to exactly 2 concerts and 2 DMB concerts and no other concerts. I practically want to come find you and drag you to a concert. What keeps you from concerts? You seem to have a deep appreciation for tons of different kinds of music. Yeah, that's fair. I've always said, I mean, if I could teleport into a seat and teleport home again afterwards, I would go to 100 times more concerts than I go to. All right, sorry, let's get back to this. Let's go Wanderer, though, and try to get some aggro in the air here. I hear you, fighters. I am making my plays the best I can. I think I like what we're doing, but I hear you too. Let's see. If we go... We can flare away the war leader, but we still have trouble with this stupid wall. Wall doing real work. We could also flare, attack, and just go ahead and omen the wall. All right, we'll Icky the war leader. And at another point, we'll omen the wall. For now, we may omen something they play on their turn. We'll save the omen, though. See if it has a target. Huh. All right, well, we have a target. We'll see if this, they might have a blessing or something to save this, but we're going to try and put a stop to this nonsense. All right. Maybe could have put an upkeep stop for a scry here. We don't have any means to make it fly, so we're going to do this. And then ask ourselves if we want to end its fate. Really ugly to use a card like this on a card like this. Flaring, you can argue is better, but this gets bigger things. All right, well, yeah, let's pass. Aardvark has framing it well. If this was actually close to somehow killing them, we could make an argument for being pretty aggro, but we are not that close to killing them, so yeah, I'd probably rather pick off a hero, for example. Interesting that they're doing this because they're not getting no value out of it on the first turn. And that gives us a pretty good reason to pop off the hero here. Yeah, it doesn't, you're right though, it doesn't really matter. We don't even have to do that. Maybe we start with a cashing in, at least cashing in of a scry. That's a good scry. Look at that. You want to flare the wall now? Some differing opinions on whether we care about this wall, it seems. Now, I don't want to scry again, because we're going to try and use this for flare fuel. I think I'm going to pass. Okay, Mantle is a little more interesting. I think they're down to one card. We can play the Mantle on the Wave Rider, and then it can get... who wants us to kill hero? Like the... Oh, wait, I see. Wait on killing the hero, because it seems like Oppo is trying to get us to do it. Yeah, I can jump now if we just... Yeah, maybe we should just... We're ahead on cards. Well, actually, let's do this. Let's actually kill the wall with this instead of the final flare. I like that. I know I could have jumped it here. But I went for creating a 4/4 and killing the wall. And now I am content to really just race here. I want to see him play something that I feel like we can't beat. We'll have to fight. We want to kill it before it fights, though, so we got to keep that in mind. Yeah, maybe I should have just killed it. Yeah. Those of you who keep wanting to scry, I don't know if scrying is more valuable than having easy fodder for the final flare. I'm going to continue to save the Omen for flare fodder. Now we'll kill the hero. Yeah, well, some people were saying crack the Omen, though. I definitely think somebody in chat was saying we should cash in the Omen, and that's what I was saying yet. GRS still wants to take 5 here, even. We are still ahead. Let's see what they do. Here's the thing. Let's see. Target creature you control fights up to 1. As long... See, the thing is, do we want to let them have these heroes fight? Like, GRS, yes, but there is Chapter 4, and if we need to kill the hero before Chapter 4 anyway, or if we want to, I should say, if we don't want Chapter 4 to go off with the hero, then we should kill it. And then we have Fateful End for this one, and if they play something else to try and untap and use something else to fight, then we have this. I don't see why we should take 5. I'm going to take it. I'm going to keep this because it's action. I could make them attack. What does that get us? I worry that I put myself into... I don't think there are any in this set, but honestly, like, I have these PTSDs of letting something attack, and then they have a way to save it that wouldn't have existed if I just picked it off before attacks, you know? But I don't want to block here with hero. I want to... And see, in this case, now we're in a spot where I do like saving our hero, because they're almost out of cards. But we'll let them block first. You want to sack the mantle? Yeah, well, is a scry or an extra power on our Wave Rider worth more? What do you think? Haj says mantle. I think the mantle is worth more than scry 2. But I think it's pretty close. Well, scry 2 is kind of like draw a card. Scry 2 is pretty close to draw a card, but Starlit Mantle is a card. So, you know, we can also just leave this trade. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, actually, I'm going to do that. I take it all back. They're about to scry, and they're probably going to find something decent. And if they find something decent, we're going to be really happy to have a final flare for that. And 2 to the bottom is great for us to see. And that's even greater. Woohoo! Interesting decisions there. That worked out for us. A lot of very close calls, though. A lot of not sure, but often, as I've said before, when you find yourself agonizing over a close call, remember that the closer the call, the less impactful the wrongness of your decision, a wrong decision will be. If, like, Well, this one increases our win percentage by 0.2%, and this one increases our win percentage by 0.195%. There's a clear correct, but if you get it wrong, you're not that far off, so... Well, another monocolored beginning, but this is one I'm willing to keep. We have some action with no land draws, and hopefully we find an island. These Wave Mystics aren't great. You know, we're talking about Wave Mystic or Turtle, and I'm playing these because we're trying to be aggro, but they do peter out pretty quickly. I'm gonna go with a Celebrant here, though. Oh, good. We got our island. Let's just omen this, though. You don't get a ton of great targets for omen, so we should just take it. See if we can find a land for next turn and get a trickster going. Archangel just likes playing out Mystic. That's fair. We could probably forge away this, and depending on what they do here, it might make for more damage because we get more through. Yeah, I think I like Archangel's line better, because if we had played this out and left the Lionfish alone, we'd be in a spot where we have a Wave Mystic and Celebrant, and they have two toughness creatures, and we could send in the Celebrant with Abandon. This isn't terrible, but it would be better if we had played it the other way. But I'm gonna play this now, and we don't have our only other choice is to Fishify, and I don't think we Fishify here, so let's just drop the Mystic. Do what I should have done last turn this turn. What are they up to? Do we want to offer a 1-for-1 Celebrant? I'm going to say no, although maybe we just need to. Maybe I need to not be so protective of the Celebrant's death trigger, and just if it trades for anything, that's fine. Could be Memory Drain. We have answers. If they try to do something in response, that's fine. I'm going to just send in the Wave Mystic here. We're fine with this trade. And we're going to self-mill. No need to give black, blue, or black especially, any graveyard fuel. We have a Rage Hound, and I think that's it. I think just the Rage Hound. All right, here's where Final Flare could do some work. We can also just One with Stars. The trouble with One with Stars here is that it does... if we One with Stars it, they still get the trigger. So we don't want to use One with Stars here. We want to use Final Flare or Fishify. And... I guess let's just make Fish here. Although, we have some Constellation triggers that might use this later. Tough call. I'll go with Fishify. One of the two, though. Definitely gotta do something real about the Kraken. When will flare be better? Right now. That's true. We can wait and try and get Trickster bigger here. If we wait, though, so let's see. We wait, we can't attack. We lose out on 5 possible damage. And well, if we do Naiad, we are not playing Final Flare next turn. Like, we don't have the land for that. One with stars is more mana efficient, but it has the same problem with this one. It allows the Constellation ability to continue to trigger. Yeah, I think... Well, if we want to play a creature, then I think we should we should probably Naiad. Although, if we draw a land next turn, yeah, I'll do the Naiad or the Chimera. It's not as mana efficient. Tron wants to apply pressure. What I'm doing here is if we can get a land, we get to Naiad and Final Flare next turn on their turn. Although I think I gave up too much damage. Yeah, Mike's right. I should have just flared. I'm getting fancy play syndrome, I think. Because now I'm setting myself to want to wait another attack phase before we Final Flare. Now I'm second guessing myself. Don't think I should have done it that way. But I make my decisions. I do my best. Sometimes they're wrong. Although, we drew out a Fishify from him. We have a new Final Flare target. So I'm not going to compound the error. I'm going to go ahead and take out the Kraken now, and then well, let's see. If we take out we do have, well, only this permanent. This permanent only. And I'm not going to try and, no, right? Spells your opponent target this permanent. This permanent. All permanents? Oh, I see. Right. I was reading the blue and acting like that was the rules text. Okay, never mind. We got it. So given that, it actually simplifies things. Well, if we do it now, we can attack. So I'm going to do it now. Yeah, I know you want to get a counter, but I want to attack. Put an upkeep stop in case we want to scry. I don't think we will. We could, though. We could scry now, make sure we find a land, and then we can drop the Naiad at least. What are they doing? I'm gonna do it. Might even not take a land. Maybe we find some action. Definitely want the Blessing. Do we want the Fiver? It's kind of our top end and we got the mana for it. So let's keep them. Do we want them in this order? Probably want them in this order, actually. I don't think it matters. Actually, we're going to end up with both in hand before we can cast either anyway, so it doesn't matter. Yeah, we're drawing this now, and then we're going to draw this next turn, and we can't cast either before then, so it actually doesn't matter. Unless we expect discard. Hey, tiny little dragon, welcome back. How you doing? Couple of naiads. If we kill the one, we still can't really attack this without just getting eaten. It's 1 for 1 for the other, so I like War Leader first here. Shields are down. Although one problem here is they could potentially copy the War Leader, but if so, we can also 1 with stars it. I know, they make a War Leader, but we have an answer to that. And also, they still need an enchantment to do that. Oh, we got a 1 with stars that. No, I didn't like the attack, Mike. I don't know. Mike wanted to trade a Celebrant for one of these, and he's probably right. I could have done that. Let's go. This is what I mean. Do you feel it? Like I'm winning a lot, but man, I'm second guessing decisions like at every turn. It's really. I was talking about this before we went on air, YouTubers, that like I'm feeling very shaky on the format in terms of results and everything, but at the same time, or in terms of decisions, but the results have been great. So I don't know. It's been a little weird. And here I am using up my hourglasses again. So if we, yeah, let's stars the Brine Giant. Although, yeah, just got to make this into a nothing. And we can attack with both. I'm going to not repeat my mistake. Mike was right. We should send in the Celebrant, because if they block a Naiad with a Celebrant, no problem. We trade a Celebrant for a Naiad. That's good. Well, we don't get to choose what we kill. Fighters, we kill whatever they block. But I don't. Yeah. Oh, with the aura? Yeah. Oh yeah, I could have pumped. Sorry. They should be at 4. Well, I don't forget. I try to, winning, like, yeah, but it's nice to have a good win record, but it's even nicer to feel like you're doing the right things at Magic the Gathering, you know? Okay, yeah, we couldn't get the trade and pump. Right. Couldn't do both. So another big giant. But interesting that they are doing that. Kind of lets us potentially just win here, right? I think we just win now. Yeah, thanks, Oppo. Even more so now. Why would you do it that way? Oh, because of this? Like, no Splashiok. There was a lot of ways to do it. I chose that way. It made it easier when we drew a bounce spell to boot. But yes, we could have just sacked for Menace, but well, the trouble is we needed to do more than sack for Menace. We needed to we specifically needed to actually, we needed both, right? Because we couldn't sack for Menace. They had 2 things to block with, so anyway. Yeah, the fish could block. We actually needed that, but we'll take it. Right, sack the blessing would have worked. That's a good question. That's one of the problems with the set, right? Tron and I are both like, wait, I could have sacked the blessing. Oh wait, could I have? I don't know. Often it's enchantment or creature, but not 100%, so I don't even remember. Thanks, Doc. Okay, the War Leader's enchantment or creature, so we could have done Blessing and then sacked the Blessing to the War Leader to deal 5. Yeah. Is it a sad mole? We do have Oracle and Trickster. We are on going first. This is a nice first turn play. But yeah, I think you're right. This is a pretty good mulliganing deck, so we're going to mulligan this and look for a better opener. Does this even qualify? It barely, but we're going to keep it, and I'm going to pitch an island because we do have Omen, so we can recover our land situation via Omen if we don't do it naturally via drawing. You liked the first hand better? I like this. I think we're in a good... I think this is better. Lionfish. We could try an Omen for Trickster counters, but gotta use our mana while we can. Gotta find something to do on 3, especially. Ideally. Maybe we don't, and we just keep our land. We could even keep the 2... Is 2/5 good here? Red, blue, mirror. We're going to face ourselves some flyers, probably, but maybe a 2/5 is okay here. We could bin them both and be really greedy. All right, I'll do this, but I don't love it. Especially because it gives us nothing to do here. Yeah, I don't know, Timnos. Hard game. Rope was going down. No hourglasses. Had to make a call. Classic situation of how greedy to be. Yeah, we can scry, and that's something. It's just not what we really want. It's not the action we're looking for. You know, your ideal limited games don't go turn 2 Omen of the Sea, turn 3 cash in your Omen of the Sea. But that's what we're doing. Chimera Final Flare. Magic's hard, because again, I want both of these, but again, I'm not sure it's correct. If we keep the Final Flare, we have... Or if we keep Chimera, we have Stern Dismissal and Iona's Blessing as interaction, so we don't desperately need the Final Flare. And the thing is, we also don't have... We don't have anything to sack to it, really, right now. We're giving up the Omen, so yeah, I'm going to bin the Flare. We have a couple of pieces of interaction, but I do want the Chimera. We're going to wait, though, and max our mana. And I'm going to actually max our mana first with the Seaguard, see if that holds it down. No, the Blessing, we were in the middle of sacrificing the Blessing. Yeah, sure, we could sacrifice this Blessing, that's true. That's somewhat expendable. I'm going to... Yeah, if they want to counter this, that's okay, too. I'd rather have all of these left than this. But this is pretty good right now. Of course, this is a problem of playing out a defensive creature. We're up against a Lionfish, so we are not surprised by this result. Lionfish passed with free mana. That makes sense, Vargan. That's good design, being consistent there. But things, it's such a complicated game, you're not sure of it, right? So, trying to be sure. Okay, now, how about Trickster with Dismissal up? I continue to want to get creatures out on board, try and overload the lionfish, and then having the dismissal is cool. I'm going to stay back, though. We are decidedly defensive this game. Which is, again, you know, to call out someone saying, no, play the turtle. Like, you just end up defensive sometimes. But again, my reasoning behind it is just that I want to play towards our intended strategy, even if it doesn't always play out that way. Yeah, I was considering that, dismissing just to pump, but it doesn't do anything super important. I guess it gets it above lionfish Eidolon levels. They are certainly looking to do stuff to muck with our turn, so maybe we do put this in, like bounce the lionfish here. I'm going to do that because I think it disrupts what they've got. Like, they clearly have a plan here with lionfish and casting stuff on our turn, so let's bounce the lionfish and disrupt that plan and get something on our trickster. Yeah, now we'll probably play Best Blessing, although it depends on what we draw. Land, definitely. Yeah, now we just go Chimera Blessing. But do we need lionfish? No, we'll go Blessing, and we'll just go ahead and take out their Chimera. Try to get going in the air. Look at that. The system is working. Dunner167 is continuing the gift sub they got from Nubblelight. So thank you, Nubblelight, for gifting the sub to begin with. And awesome, Dunner, that you're keeping it going. Appreciate that. We are currently winning the race, so I'm attacking. Maybe I should leave this back, although, yeah, they don't... Like, they got a lot of cards, so we're kind of hanging our chances on this Chimera here. Exactly. Well, they can't tap us on their turn. Like, it was less... So, Wizard and others are saying, I don't like leaving blockers back when they have tappers, but keep in mind this tap's based on them playing stuff on our turn, and last turn they only had 1 blue mana available, so unless they were going to do a stern dismissal thing, they actually didn't have the tap technique you're talking about. But now with the Fistful, they certainly do. So our deck is delivering us lands, which we don't particularly care for, but we do get the attack again. Okay. Thanks. I like that they gave my Seaguard Vigilance at least. I don't know if that was a hard punt. It was just a medium punt. Fish the fish, but we just got to turn it into a different kind of fish. Yeah, also, you know, I was thinking in my head, I didn't say it out loud. I was like, now I'm starting to regret the Fishify. They got 4 cards. They probably have something better. Yeah, Mike is right. I'm wrong. But now it's too late. Now we're going to lose to this dude. Yeah, Darwin, it's just a visual, kind of a visual bug, I would say. Since it is misleading you in terms of what's going on, they should probably fix it, but it's just a visual thing. Yeah. GG Oppo, they win. We're trying to be full on aggro, and 1 power blue 2 drops don't go great in a deck that's trying to play 2 power on 2. We can take a look at it again, though. I'm gonna keep going. It's fine. Let's get the play and let's get a nice keep. And then let's save our removal for the stuff that really matters. Yeah, we opened on Ashiok, pick 1, and Oracle, pick 2, and ended up with neither in our deck, even though we're blue. It's a weird draft. The bots seem to be forcing red on us. Does anybody know if any of the updates, the patch notes have announced bot updates? Have they updated the bots since Theros launched, is what I'm asking? I figure they have, I just haven't read any of the patch notes. No, we're talking about the rare blue 1/3 Oracle that ETB scries, and if you scry your whole deck, you win. I'll keep this. Right? This set has doubled up. There's a bazillion oracles, a bazillion chimeras, a bazillion blessings. It's very easy to get confused about what you're talking about around here. I don't want to trade a Starlit Mantle for an Eidolon of Philosophy, so I'm just going to offer Wave Mystic for the Eidolon and then play our other Wave Mystic. Unfortunately, Starlit Mantle doesn't win combat for us. It would just tie. We would just trade. So we'd be 2-for-1ing ourselves by attacking with the intent to mantle. But Omen lets you scry and then draw. So even though it's flash, we're going to main it and look for a land. All right, this looks good on both fronts. We will keep. In that order, please. I figured panoramics in Mike, I just didn't actually read it, so I just wanted to verify, confirm. And also, it may be that the result, because it's been consensus that red stinks, right? We heard it from Luis, we heard it, the community has decided that red is bad, and now we're having red shoved down our throat, which suggests accurate reflection of community's attitude towards red in the set. Well, I don't think they'll take it, but we can offer the mantle here if we want it. Are we okay with spending our whole turn mantling a Wave Mystic in order to eat a Lampad? I don't think so. I think we just drop Trickster, max our mana, maybe even get a War Leader next turn. Let's just keep playing creatures. Alright, they had the deny, cheapened with the Naiad. 1-for-1 trade, though. You got to keep playing out your spells. Hopefully we'll get a War Leader through. And there's a big downside of the Wave Mystics. 1 toughness creatures are at super risk in the format because of the favor. Now what? We have the Fateful End. We can 1 with stars. Kind of like, does this... The Mogus's favor will fall off if we turn this into an enchantment. I think it's the worst color. I don't think it's unplayable. Here we are. If you're the only red drafter, which it looked like we were, I think you have a fine... You'll have fine quality. Alright, so yeah, what are we doing here? We can do Celebrant. Mantle. Celebrant with Mantle up. Not very exciting though, Mike. We're never going to Mantle this thing, right? Still, I'll Celebrant to at least threaten the Lampad. I don't think we're going to use Mantle on Celebrant, but it doesn't mean playing Celebrant is wrong. It's just what we have here as the best way to interface with what Oppo is up to. We can 2 for 3 with Mantle now. Kinda. 2.5 for 2. I mean, favor... Killing favor isn't really killing it, right? So... But I like this. Especially since it takes out Eidolon. Also, they're going to draw. Keep in mind they're going to draw. So this is in no way a 2 for 3. This is way more complicated than that. But we're going to do it. We could get countered here, too. Yeah, we might not even bother with the Mantle. We can just go Lampad 1-2. There's no need to do anything else here. That doesn't do anything. What am I doing? Stop it. I'm not mantling. I figured it out. I can do math. I can add to 3. Shut up. Magic's hard. This set is hard. A little surprised they offered us that, but I guess with the card draw on Mogus, they were fine with it. Yeah, that's what I was saying. It was a really complicated set of exchanges there that were not easily bucketed in a 2 for 3. I'm a little worried we just get this snapped off too, but what are we supposed to do here? You want to, like, do nothing? We can't do nothing. So, probably getting this snapped off, but... I'm going to keep making them use their counters. Yeah, I have to play our cards. That's rough. Oh wait, what did they do? Never mind. Oh, they just, they scried. I thought they were countering. They could have. I guess they didn't care? That's scary. A little worrying that they chose to draw 2. We have a Mantle, though. We're going to try and keep this alive via Mantle. That means we need... we can only spend 3 a turn to keep the Mantle going. I don't see any need to... I'm going to at least go to combat. They may play something to Lionfish away our War Leader. There you go. So given that, we could Mantle here... But I think what we need to do is just save Mantle from, save it from removal with Mantle. We're going to let this happen and be a little more defensive here. So, I like Fateful End. We'll wait till their turn for stuff. Yeah, I like Fateful Ending the Lionfish, but we'll do it on their turn. And then they may make some plans for our turn based on what their plan is with their lionfish, and then we take away their lionfish and their plan falls apart, right? That's the idea. So I'm going to do it here since they're attacking. And we get to find out if they've got something. Dismissal, you say. Dismissal is card disadvantage, but the cards are lining up such that we may be able to accept that for some interaction. Yeah, we have a handful of removal, but if all in all we use all of it to protect our war leader advantage, then that's okay. Yeah, this is hard. Scrying is tough. Do you keep the marginal card, or do you bin it, risking an even worse card? And I'm going to attack. We need to try and win this game. Now, Fishify or Mantle takes care of that. Let's go ahead and use the Mantle here. Oh yeah, we could sack Omen too. That's a good call. Maybe I should just sack the Omen instead. Yeah, we can do that. Yeah, let's do that. I like it. Better way to kill this blocker. And then the question is, are we actually doing something about this Naiad at 9 life? Because we could Fishify this. Or we could one with stars it, but then it does cheapen spells on our turn. Doesn't really matter though. They can have cheap spells on our turn. I'm gonna go with one with stars here. We're just low enough on life where I think we need to take this seriously. Although now I'm also leaving our shields down for protecting our war leader with Mantle, but they're down to 1 card also. Mike wants to wait a turn. That's instant. They can't cast it right now, though. Got some more land. Now, if they go for something to tap this, I may use the Mantle trick. And we can Fishify if we feel like we need to. Let's see if they've got anything. They might just go with the... Oh, they don't have anything. Okay. This is tough. Do we Fishify this thing? If they get it going, it could start trying to stop this. We can Fishify and leave up Mantle. Yeah, I guess we don't need to yet. We can hold. We can hold. Tough lines to walk here. Tough lines to walk. Yeah, we're gonna eventually, if they come up with a way to try and tap this down, we're gonna Mantle to save it from tapping because the race is that important. But right now, it looks like they're not. They're just flooding out or something, or it's all reactionary. I guess we'll find out if it's that because we're gonna try the Wave Rider. We can do this and still have Mantle, and it blocks the Lionfish. So this is a great draw, really. All right, yeah, they're just on a lot of counter magic. And we're going to keep taking this. We've got Fishify and Stern Dismissal and Mantle to protect our dude. Playing Mantle doesn't change the clock, though, so we're going to... Oh, look, we got another Wave Rider for a repeat of the same play. We'll see if it's a repeat of the counter magic as well. It certainly does explain the, you know, the draw-go we're seeing, but we're going to try again for a Wave Rider. Hey, this time it lives. Thirst is a nice dig deep for Oppo. They get to see a lot of cards. They gave up a creature to do it. Let's see what else they found. Yeah, I'm really surprised they didn't counter the War Leader, given that they did not have a snap answer to it. We could dismiss here. If we dismiss the token, this stays tapped. Then we could Mantle, sack Mantle, and Menace for the win. Yeah, I think we have the win here. You want to do it on our turn? Why do you want to do it on our turn? Then if they have something like the Lionfish does stuff... I don't know why I'm worried, because I don't know why... Why do you want... Guys, let's just win. Why y'all don't like winning? Are we worried about counter magic or something? Mike said wait until our turn, but I'm just going to do it now. I don't know. Well, Mike, you can tell me what you're up to, what you're thinking, Mike. Oh, to keep Mantle up. Sure. All right. At least I understand where Mike is coming from. And we can do this in multiple ways, but let's go like this. Yeah, we could Fishify and sack Fishify, and then that keeps the Mantle. Yeah, let's keep the Mantle, right? That keeps the Mantle. We'll do it this way because we keep the Mantle. So we really protect. Hey, look at it. It worked out. Good call. Oh, wait, where are they going with this? Drag on War Leader. Okay. And Mike was totally right, and Oppo was screwed up. Mike was totally right. Mike was right. I should have kept Mantle up the whole time, and Oppo just didn't take advantage of the window we gave him. So, tip of the cap to Mike, slap on the face to me. Try to remember how important it is to keep up your hexproof thing. Oh, the Lionfish does get to tap this, though, unfortunately. So we don't win, but we do get to save our War Leader. And given that we don't win, I'm just going to attack. Oops. No, I'm not. Oh, cancel. Thank you. Let me cancel that because it could. If that backup hadn't been in there, it would have given me a warning. That's kind of how they do that. If we attack, are we just dead? I don't think so. So I'm gonna swing in. That's fair as well, PM Barrett. If I had gone with the Lionfish bounce, it would have been better for us too. I was thinking that I wanted it more dead, but of course we're going for the win, as you say. Uh-oh, what are they getting? They got a fish. They got a sea guard. Don't I want to get roped? Yeah, that's how I do it, right? Yeah, Grey Merchant's a worry, but it's one of those things we can't really play around, so... Mega pause from Oppo, but they've got... That almost sounds like... Doesn't usually pause there for Oppo, even when they have stuff, so that seemed like a control choice. Do we go for lethal? Well, we start here. Let's bounce our Wave Rider. They have, yeah, they have instant in the graveyard and enough to so we don't, because they can, yeah, we don't have lethal here. It's bottom line. War Leader gets Menace, but it doesn't matter because it's going to be tapped. That's what people are saying, that Oppo is going to cast an instant and use the Lionfish to tap our War Leader, and there's not anything we can do about it. But bottom is great to see. Oh, you're talking about what the pausing is about, sure. I mean, they have, yeah. Again, Menace doesn't matter when your dude's tapped. Yeah, and we have to stay back for blocks. Like, we could just... If they have another instant, we just lose. Fortunately, their graveyard is pretty empty, so they can't glimpse any more freedom this turn. We do have Chimera to block, but... Boy, when we have Chimera to block, how risky are we here? If they do any more instants, we would die if we attacked. Alright, I'm going to say no attacks and play it conservatively. Blizzard wants the 3 damage. I am going to play to not lose next turn and hope that they run out of stuff to do to tap. Because they bottom, they're scrying, you know, they're looking for help here. Alright, they're going with this. We have no choices but to try for trades. I'm not going to 1 or anything. Only on first spell, yeah, that's true. So only the first. So they couldn't have done it again there. That's a good point. Mike wanted the swing for 3. This is... What are they up to? Are we filling their graveyard? They just want stuff in the yard for their... Glimpse? I don't know what's going on here. Favor on that. Okay. And we're just ripping lands like a champ, but they are 1 draw away from losing anyway. That's not enough. Yeah, it wasn't about, even though I messed that up, my not attacking was not about fear of lionfish tapping another thing. It was about them untapping and just removing, you know, just using any removal spell to beat us. Yeah, now we're going for it. I suppose I could have waited till we were actually attacking. I should have gone. Perfect play would be full control and do that when I've already declared attackers. Hopefully this doesn't cost us, but slightly suboptimal there. All right, didn't cost us, but woo! Whoa, what a format. Man, my brain. Used to think I was good at Magic, then I started playing Theros Beyond Death on stream. All right. Back in. Well, this is this format in a nutshell. Kind of a perfect representation of it, really. I feel like I'm playing poorly, but I've got a 75% win rate right now. I mean, in this event, you know, we're 3-1, despite having some play struggles and some, frankly, some opening hand struggles. I think we keep this, though. Celebrant on 2 into end on 3 is worth the keep, even though we're a couple blue away from this. No. Worst card in our deck to draw. No. Blah. Please, deck. No more mountains ever for this game? Just be done with mountains? Alright. I think they closed entry, right? But people still in can play. This is nice. Actually is a nice play on the draw, because now they can't really play a 2 toughness creature and be able to block anything. I don't know. It closes at some point. I know that there's usually a window of entry. Entry into the event is closed, but the event's not over. And then now the event's over. It might. I don't know when, but I'm just saying that when they do, they usually. Well. Let's offer the Celebrant for that Courser. If they don't block, though, I'm going to attack, because I don't... Like, I'm okay with trading Celebrant for Courser, but I'm not okay with trying to do that by holding up a block for our next turn. Too much can go wrong with that plan. But when they're tapped out, if they just like to take this trade, I'll take it. That's fair. We need to... But, I mean, if we don't ever find any more targets for Blessing, we're going to lose this game anyway. So, like, I'm not... Like, if we're just creatureless and we can never cast this, then, yeah, then we're going to lose. Oppo in the tank, hoping they do something that we want to bring a fateful end to. Interesting. That's totally okay, because we 2-for-1 them by taking out the Envoy, unless they toughen up the Envoy right now. If they do that... Yeah, no, okay. This is fine. It's a pretty big Daxos, though. Not going to Fateful End the Envoy. We're going to take it out on upkeep, so... Not helpful, deck. Not helpful. Fateful End kills nothing right now. Hopefully they place a good target for this and we can scry to an island. Then we'll have a creature that can wear the blessing. Thanks, Mama. Mama with the accurate intel, according to the system. We have 14 or 15. Our creature count is up. We were very cognizant of that problem during the draft. Although we got the late bailout with a flood of playable to good red creatures late in pack 3. All right. It's not looking good for us, but...
Your friend here is only mostly dead.
No, I'm not ending the face. Maybe we're that desperate just for the scry, though? Oh. Ugh. Do we have to? Are we Fateful Ending face just to find an island? Let's say we do that. We Fateful End face, we find an island, we play the island, we drop a Chimera, we take 4, and then next turn we drop Blessing on Chimera, kill Daxos, and have something that can block the Courser? Yeah, so I guess we have to. This is embarrassing. But... it's that important to make sure we have an island, and how sad. It was there waiting for us. If they kill this, we're, like, probably dead. But not entirely, because if they kill this and we find another island, or even a mountain... We could go Chimera, Blessing onto Chimera. Yeah, Fateful End was not doing anything on this board, but obviously if we do manage to hang in and get there, we'll be really sad that we spent this on their face instead of an upcoming creature. But I think it was correct. Obviously, we did it, we thought it through, and we were pretty much going to lose the game without an island, so we needed to use every resource we had available to find one. Well, that's a target for this Fateful End, but certainly not a particularly good one. They're going to probably find... usually get removal here. Oh, well, now... What do we do? Where are they going to put that? That's true, but the Daxos just gets taller and taller. Daxos' butt grows and grows and grows, right? So my feeling was take the thing out that leave the thing that caps at 4 and take out the thing that's kind of unbounded. Where is this going to go and what's it going to do to us? Do we have a win here if they play that somewhere? So we play Blessing, we get a 3/3. Yeah, this is gonna mess us up good, folks. Yeah, we could play a Chimera and then have Omen, and then if they go for presence on the Pilgrim or something, that's probably correct. It's weird, but I think we go for 2 Chimeras and an Omen on just this long shot hope that they attempt to spread out their threats here and put the commanding presence on the Pilgrim. Then we can Omen the Forge and undercut their play. This is Mike, do you see what I'm doing? Like, we're taking a long shot approach here based on the fact that we don't feel like we can beat the commanding presence with our previous line. So, right, exactly. We have no reaction to landing presence, which is why I want to give them a chance to make a mistake here and put the presence on the wrong place where we do have an answer to it. Now, they probably won't. I wouldn't put their presence on a Pilgrim into open mana like this, but yeah, so we gave them the chance to do that. They didn't. We'll still let this happen and see if Chump is correct. Yeah, I think the correct place to put presence is Courser or Daxos, one of the two. And we gotta block, though. Take 2. I think we're totally dead here, but do this. Get a couple extra pings. Ooh, do we want that, or is it too late? Island gets us a Seaguard. Seaguard does hold off Daxos. So actually we do want the island. And we should go with the Envoy, not the Pilgrim here. And we Seaguard, we end up with 2 that we can't use. And we have just another Chump here, though. Whereas, what else can we do? I love, with Mike, I'm 5 minutes ahead of Mike. which is why it's like, I wonder what Mike thought of that play. I guess I'll find out in a couple minutes. Yeah, we need a second creature either way is the problem, right? So what can we do? Can we do anything? I guess we... I don't know. I think we're dead. I think we're dead. So we'll play this. And then we're not dead. We're just... We can bounce here and Chump here. All right, they got us. Yeah. Double got us. Still had all these, Oppo. Still had all these. I get it. Well... We didn't love this deck anyway, but is that the lesson? I don't know. I think when we've gotten a nice hand, when we've gotten a reasonable mix of lands and spells, this deck has been okay. Nah, I'm not splashing Ashiok with no support. I didn't save it yet, Mama, but I can do that. You can save even after the event ends. You just can't claim your prize. You just got to save before you claim prize. Actually, I kind of like that the bots don't like red in this. Well, I mean, I would like humans keeping it interesting all the time, but if I'm having bots, I think I'll like having red be pushed in the format a little bit. Lean into some Boros aggro and rip it up. No creatures early, but we gotta keep this. That's true. Fluffy points out that now that they offer the ability to battle with 40 card decks, you can just recreate your draft decks if you fail to save. And yeah, we'll go with Celebrant. Celebrant's a nice draw. That's a weird comment to me, Lizard. Do you feel like aggro decks typically don't run 4-drop creatures? Like that's an unusual thing? Good play from Oppo. Oh, in terms of the hand, yes, yes. This hand had that. Lampad. Well, we can offer our Celebrant for the Lampad. We can... That seems fine. Like, now this is just going to be the trade. What else are we doing? If we don't do that, I could go... you just leave it all back, too. I guess I'll be patient. But this is a bad start for us trying to be aggro. This in particular. It's a tough card to face early. But if we can get a Trickster down... Yeah, we don't get to play anything this turn. I mean, we could. I could, like, take out the Eidolon or whatever. That doesn't make sense. They've got a counterspell up anyway. I'm going to make them have it here. We're going to try and run out our... Well, we could run out the Sea Guard. But I really want to try and get this Trickster going. So I'm going to go ahead and offer, even though this stinks to high heaven of counterspell, this is not like some stupendous creature anyway. So you want to swing in first? Why are we swinging in first? You still want to make this trade? Try and make him spend mana or something, Mike? Mike wants to swing in, but if we want to swing in now, why didn't we swing in last time? I'm going to go Trickster and wait. Then Mike will tell me while I'm wrong, why I am wrong. You still want to trade for this Lampad? I don't know. I'm not feeling it. I'm going to say no. Also, one reason to say no, we have Final Flare, so we can sack the Celebrant and have 5 damage and a shock to throw around. But I don't think they have a counter. I mean, they didn't counter the Trickster. I'm going to send the Trickster and see what they got to do about it. That's the thing. Yeah, that's the thing. I can't even trade with it. They just block with Eidolon, and then... Well, if they block with Eidolon, we'd have to omen it to save that out. So yeah, I like saving the Celebrant. I think we're doing the right thing here. And then we have a lot of damage to throw around, actually. Like, we enter next turn with 5 points to throw, 2 points to throw, and 2 points to throw. And I do want to do something on their turn here. I didn't play Seaguard, or didn't even really consider Seaguard, because it leaves us with nothing to do on their turn, and I wanted to do something. And this is great. I love it. It's perfect. I'm going to sack the Celebrant, take out the Eidolon and the Kraken. And it's a fine 2 for 2. That grows our Trickster. And now we even get Seaguard. Well, we could go Seaguard Wave Mystic. Let's start here. Yes, we could have played Omen and sacked Omen to keep the Celebrant. That's true. Celebrant seemed like it wasn't doing much, though. That's why I did that. But, no, it would. Like... Yeah, sacking the Omen to pay for the float. That absolutely could have done it that way. Here we're going to do this, though, and... Since the Wave Mystic can't get through the lamp pad anyway, we're going to wait here and try an Omen on their turn for some value. I'm going to put an upkeep stop in case we do and want to scry on upkeep. Blah. They're at 13. This might be a spot where we can ride this out. Sack this, but it's pretty risky. I think... Well, certainly this happens, and then we see what else they want to do. You know, play something else? Ugh, darn it. So, big questions here. Because we can make this a 5/5, sack the Seaguard, play the Towering Wave Mystic, sack the Wave Mystic, and then we would get 2 more attacks as a 5/5, but then if we don't find something else to do, we just lose the Trickster. That doesn't seem great. I am going to... Yeah, I don't think we can do it. We don't have enough fodder, so we just have to... I'm not going to play the Omen for no value. I'm just going to let the Trickster go. I'm going to attack and at least keep him honest on this front. Yeah, we can attack and finish him off. That's probably worth it, really. I don't know what else we're getting out of this Omen. Almost always, Stephen. I have not found a time yet where it has been correct to sacrifice something else, but the possibility is there. Then we get Mystic, and we can even Omen on their turn. Oh, really? Have I done it once? Yeah, maybe you're right. What was the reasoning? We had a bunch of soldier tokens or something? Can't remember, but I think you're right. All right. Let's find something. Hero... does what? On this board, very, very little. 3/5 is just monstrous against us, really. Oh, that's right. We had endless token generation, so it seems super safe. That's right. So occasionally it does have that. Yeah, hero doesn't do anything here, so we gotta move on to something that might. Like that, for example. Got to attack first, but happily we'll finish off this Kraken with the blessing. They can't not block. How are you not blocking? We're going to put an upkeep stop on for scrying on our next upkeep. They're at a pretty high life total and high card count, so even though we have a nice board situation here, I'm not... Yeah, we have a lot of work to do. One Hound in the deck, one Hound. And let's go ahead and pop this one. Oh ho! Let's take War Leader. Again, this doesn't matter. We're going to keep both, and the order doesn't matter because we're going to have both in hand before we can cast either. It only matters in the we're playing against black discard sense, so maybe I should have put a little bit of thought in there, but boy, I got to put my brain to the proper uses or I will be missing other stuff. Of course, we're offering this. Oh, and of course it matters here because now we're going to be figuring out... Usually we want to self-mill, so we're actually going to lose this, and I'm going to do it. I'm really glad I thought it didn't matter, but it totally mattered. There you go. You try to focus your brain on the stuff that really matters, and then you miss something that does. But we're still going to self-mill. I don't want to give them fodder, and we can let go the... No, I don't want to mill them. Milling is too powerful in this format. Squirrel, you're giving them value to do that. It's very risky. It depends on the colors, but black is a color you really don't want to mill here. We are at 20 to their 24. So also, yeah, like deck counts don't seem like they're going to be the factor here. It could be. This could just get grindy to the end or whatever, but currently it looks like deck count is not going to be the issue. Another Omen. We can bin the land. We have enough land that Omen is interesting, but we can't play it if we draw it. But I think it's enough value for the turn after that we should keep it. I'm going to keep it. I could have Omened for land, but this, I would rather just set up our draws. Like, I can even do this at upkeep, for example. So, it's fine. Oh, boo! It's not fine. We are getting controlled here, folks. And our biggest stuff is gone now, so we gotta kind of find chimeras and win in the air with chimeras, I think, right? We still have some of those, not both. We're not gonna block. We could chump, but we have sacrifice stuff. Do we have sacrifice stuff left? I think maybe we've used all of our sacrifice stuff now. We have, what else? Yeah, actually, we could do that. Let's scry before we draw. Don't have any 5-drops anyway, so we can cast whatever we scry to the top. All right, there we go. We were talking about Chimera being a good win con, and we're not passing our removal either, so we're going to keep both of these. Trying to run them out of removal. Have we done it yet? We will find out. upkeep scry again, because we can scry and cast the Fateful End. I'll still say no blocks here. They may play something bigger to chump with. Stern Dismissal, creature or enchantment. We have a Stern Dismissal, so we could send their Mire's Grasp back for like an alpha. That's one reason to keep it. That's annoying, and may have to pick it off so they don't just outdraw us like crazy. Yeah, I think we have to. I'm going to pick it off now and do this as the scry. Now I'm going to draw naturally because we might find something to play. Scrying here would be worthless because it taps all our land. I guess it wouldn't be worthless. We would have moved an island to the bottom, but you know what I mean. Not worth doing, certainly. All right, Oppo gets a big scry here as well. Let's see what they do with it. So, Mike, would you have popped the Omen given that we didn't like the scry? Do you like scrying upkeep even though no play can possibly result? Ugh. Well, folks, we may be going to 2 losses if Oppo's going top in this spot. But we had a scry of our own. Maybe we'll find some good stuff. Given that they went top, I'm gonna pass yet again. They could go Brine Giant or something here, and we could save a lot more life with a chump. Oh, we have 2 losses. This is it. Sorry, I couldn't remember what our record was. I suppose I could have looked on screen. All right. Well, can we continue? Can we continue? Probably not. But yeah, I'm taking here because the top makes me think they could have something even bigger. Fishify. Yeah, gotta keep removal. And we gotta use it, or we just lose it to the Nightmare, but okay. GRN, I think, is the offering tomorrow. I'm gonna play this because they're about to know about it anyway. Ragehound is showing up at not a great time, but actually we still got to play it because at least it starts attacking as a 4 power, which is enough to kill the Rage Scarred Berserker eventually. So we'll we'll chump the Rage Scarred with the Underworld Hound. Oh wait, Nightmare's 3rd chapter matters here. That's rough. Still gonna chump. Although I guess we chump here and get, well, now it has to attack every turn. This is our chance to actually put it in the graveyard. Yeah, we actually do this, right? Try to kill it all. See if they do, see if they go ahead and do us the favor now of killing both. Mantle, not useful. Need a lot of help here. That's not going to do it. All right, you know, I think we played pretty good. I think the deck was pretty lousy. We are learning that there's a reason red is forced. I mean, I don't know. What did we really learn? Because the red didn't stink this badly here. We just had some rough luck, and you lose some magic games, you know. Like, I don't know what this tells us about the viability of red right now, you know. Can't I block the Berserker? Well, one tends to need creatures to do that. Couldn't cast this. We didn't have enough extras in the yard. Yeah, it certainly doesn't pair well with blue, and we really got shoved down into it, and it made us be aggro. Or, sorry, it made us really kind of be aggro. Well, in this spot, sure, fighters, but we've already talked that through. Like, I don't regret not running the turtles there. It was just our deck. The deck tried to do its thing and failed. I'll go ahead and add this to decks just so we keep a good stock of them. Somebody want to give it another try? I'll play one more here. Oh, oh! I thought I clicked and it almost made me spend 5,000 gold there that I didn't mean to. Fluffy wants to battle? Well, Fluffy, here I am. Add me. 32,646. Well, I'll take first challenger, but remember to put it 40 cards. We could try it with the splash. I still don't think that's right. I mean, do you want to do it with no? Certainly, there's no stakes here. So if we want to try it with the splash yacht, we can do that. Sure. I mean, the suggestion was go ahead. I mean, I don't even know what to do. Like somebody who wants to try Ashiok, you tell me what the swaps are. Then let's do it that way. Like, it just seems so wrong with what this deck is trying to do, but we can try it. It just wins games if you can land it, but like we're going, what, 7-7-2? Ugh. Well, I want someone who wants to see this. Either raise your hand and say, I want to see Ashiok, here's your changes, or I'm just going to cut this and move on. It just feels like a real tough deck to try and stuff an Ashiok into. It damages our land so much. Try what? See, people keep saying try it, but nobody's telling me what exactly to do, so forget it. Boring TV. I'm just going to go battle. I'll start with Fluffy. Oh, I'll start with anybody who wants to challenge. Yeah, I like a Sea Guard if we were going to do it, but I'm not going to do it. Let's. Tron is ready. Well, I look and see. Oh, there it is. Well, just got it. That's the plan. There is some. I intend to have Jay on tomorrow. He was asking me if we wanted to, given there's like Valentine's Day and there's a magic event, but whatever. I've stopped trying to dance around the magic events. I just stream because I want to play. So We'll have Jay on tomorrow. Tron's got it queued up. We'll keep this. Oh, let me go... Bye, old can. Oh, yeah, bye, old can. Thanks for hanging. Yeah, sounds like your O3 needs some needs a chance to spread its wings, Tron. I'll play. I'm gonna play Fluffy here, and then we'll play Tron next, and call that a stream. Do our one play. One nice thing about I'm liking this playing a couple extra games with a draft deck that didn't quite perform the way we wanted to, because then it also tricks YouTube viewers as to how well we did, because somebody watching on YouTube probably saw that there was another game after the one we just lost and thought we might win, but nope, we're just playing some extras. So I kind of like padding our YouTube video with extra content that disguises the actual results. We could do something about the hero. I'm going to keep building out my board, though. Make him block here. Train Fluffy to block. They may be they know our deck. They may be thinking, yeah, like they don't want to get they don't want us to red omen them out, but that's fine. We got some damage in and are going to play our highest power creature. Nice, mama. Internet high five. Wow, I'm the best teacher ever. No, it's not Discord, Mama. It's me. It's me. No, our Discord is great for chats about, you want some help with your decks? You want some advice, some tips, some what would you change? Take it to Discord, and our awesome chat will be there to help you there as well. I have thought of, like, tutoring Magic, you mean? I've thought about it as, like, I could do tutoring, but I haven't thought about it seriously and taken it seriously. Okay, back to this, though. We have a Towering Wave Mystic Final Flare play. We have Seaguard or One with the Stars plus Stern Dismissal. I think I like One with the Stars on Glory Bearers, even though it continues to let them get plus toughness on attacks. It really creates some good attacks here, uses our mana fairly well, and leaves us a Stern Dismissal. Yeah, it looks like there's no hourglasses in casual friend duels. We don't care too much about their attackers getting extra toughness since we're trying to race anyway. Oh, excuse me, I got a little something in my eye that's bugging me. Sorry, hold on a second. All right, enter. I do too many things at once, as usual. Soul Reaper. Dismissal now holding back. I mean, sorry, Hero is now holding back on D. I don't mind setting them back. They're at 13. How aggro to get? I'm going to go ahead and dismiss here. Could even Wave Mystic, Final Flare, get in for 5? Then they just play this, though. I think we need Final Flare for this, so I'm going to save that. But I'm going to make them... They've been playing around Red Omen, so let's keep them playing around Red Omen and send it in. Now they've stopped playing around, which is probably correct. Fluffy needs to stop playing around possibilities and make some blocks, prevent some damage. And I like... Sorry, Tron, working on it. Let's go with double creature here, actually. Let's just dump our creatures. Then we'll have Flare next turn. And maybe adding 4 power to the board, plus having the Flare ready is going to be the most damage, because if we draw something to sack to the Flare, we can play it, sack to the Flare, and have all of our creatures ready to attack. Ouch. Powerful rare in this format. But we still have an attack with Chimera. I'm sorry, with Wave Rider. Might as well make it fly, though. Maybe they have White Blessing or something. We don't want to give him a chance. Then we can try to Final Flare on their turn, probably sacking the Mystic if we have to, but we just want to try and clear the way for attacks next turn. Chimera will also ping them if we flare this turn, and the Wave Mystic really isn't doing anything. Banishing Light, so they probably take out the Wave Rider. Whatever they banish here, we're gonna sack to the Flare to take out the hero. Another Chimera. We'll keep it since this should take out their air support, their air defense. And now we represent lethal. And hopefully we see Mogus sack something to look for an answer. Oh man, Omen, nice. Fortunately, this thing cannot kill any of the Chimeras, so they're still on a 2-turn clock. And we'll go ahead and Omen pre in case we find something that just wins us the game here. Even though, I suppose you could make an argument that this on their turn does too, and I could have just waited. Yeah. Omen on their turn to kill would have been good, but I got greedy. We'll take the Oracle, though. We'll keep both of these. And we'll upkeep Scry if needed. Yeah, it can be fun to brew Mama, but then you feel like you're just throwing your weaker decks against everybody's obvious tier 1 decks, and it can start to wear on you. All right, let's see what Tron's crappy 0-3 deck looks like. I say crappy jokingly because Tron says he likes this deck. It just did not perform to expectations. Where's Fluffy? GG, Fluffy. You can keep this. Cardinator, just basically, you need to buddy me. I am, what am I? 464, something like that. 32646, yeah, buddy me, and then we're just kind of making it up as we go along here. GG, GG. I'm gonna go with Wave Mystic. Celebrant's better to play when it looks like it could get a 2-for-1 with a block. Let's see. Do we want to offer here? Yeah. I'll offer. And I'm gonna self-mill. Watch our land go. Yeah, of course. We're done. We went 3-3, and we are now battling for fun. Playing against Tron here. Smashed Fluffy Face into the digital dirt, despite punting on the way. Yeah, Archangel, they added this feature. So in your drafts now, you can just add in. There's an add to decks. I'm gonna say no blocks. Try and race here. We got a pretty good racing hand. We need a land. We got Stern Dismissal, some cheap stuff. I mean, our whole deck is cheap stuff, but really need a land off the top. All right, found the land off the top. That's nice, because that means we can play the hero. So I was talking about being better about playing around the White Omen. Should we play around the White Omen here? And if so, what does that look like? The thing is, I guess maybe we don't send in the Wave Mystic, but I'm going to, if we want to play around the Omen. But maybe the Wave Mystic isn't even good enough to worry about that, and we should just go ahead and send both, make Tron have it, and then dump the hero regardless of how it plays out. Because if they play the White Omen to take out the Celebrant, we can at least take out the Underworld Ragehound. So that's why I was thinking about Celebrant only, but I think I'm willing to make him have it and send in both here. Yeah, we can also dismiss if we really feel like we need to. And that's why you kind of should make him have it. It's just when they don't, you're giving up so much to not... if it's not devastating, if the thing you're thinking about playing around isn't just devastating if they have it, and it represents this kind of damage, then yeah, I like doing it. I like making them have it. Maybe they have a red Omen. Tron may take out the hero here. A lot of instant speed stuff that could actually get the hero. Such as Final Flare. That's a 2-ish for 1. I mean, they can get the Underworld Ragehound back, but I'm happy with that trade. Do want to find another land, though. We can't play anything else in our hand other than the dismissal without more land. Ooh! Nice, nice. That hurt. Can't deny. go with Trickster. Then if we draw a land, next turn we can go Wave Rider and have Stern Dismissal for their turn to put something on the Trickster. That's a tough thing to recover from. If we can win from here, I'll feel pretty good about it. Just gonna go with a Wave Rider. We didn't find the land to be able to hold up the dismissal, but I still like playing the 4-drop with the highest power. Well, dismissed. I'm gonna do it during their upkeep though, and get a counter on the Trickster, but this thing's got to go. Of course, if we do it now, we can actually attack in. So there is that factor. Is it worth a counter on the Trickster to not get in for 6 this turn? They drop this back down as a 2-3. Trickster still beats it. I think we're going to dismiss now and forego the counter so that we can get in the big swing here with them at 15. Why is it not auto? Oh, because they're. It's like, why aren't we auto passing? Because we thought we might do something on their turn, but we didn't. Yeah, I mean the math works out for the damage in the short term, of course. Like that if the game doesn't go much longer, of course you want the 6 damage. But if the game happens to go super long, or 4 power becomes a big important thing, then you can see how it would matter. Like it'd be nice to have a 4 power, a 4/4 Trickster right now and actually threaten the Archon. We don't though. However, I think we can just dump both our creatures. Might even just go for 5 damage here. If we trade a creature for 5, they go to 7. We dump 2 more creatures down, but then they can play this and activate it, putting them at a virtual 9. And then it's really tough to get these through for 9. So I don't like suiciding in here to get in 5. I think we just play both of our creatures and pass. I know the Rage Hound might die here, but it comes back as a 4-power creature, which is kind of what we need, and we have a pretty full graveyard to fuel it as well. And we could still get something like Fishify. No, Untapped GG cannot figure this deck out, so I am no longer aware of even what I have. We got more in. Yeah. Let's see. Yes to that request. They can bring back their Rage Hound as well, which might be what they want. Oh, yeah, Apathy it. Okay. And they get to exile it even. Boo. Ooh, well, maybe we can do something to kill it. Let's see if we can somehow... Maybe we find our... Do we already use our sacrifice removal? No, let's get our sacrifice removal and get our Rage Hound in the yard. No such luck. And that drawing the Apathy is going to be big game. That's a lot of removal for Oppo. And our game plan is a little bit bad side here. Play this, though. This can pump. I mean, this can pump to kill an Archon, so there's that. What does having a champion for Worlds mean? Are we just... is that just for fun, or is this something Wizards is doing, like pick your champion? Oh, that's they're doing it, right? I saw it on the homepage. I don't know what it means, though. I haven't looked into it. Oh, storytellers. I didn't realize you were talking about magic cards when somebody asked that. Still don't feel like we have attacks here, so passing it on. Uh-oh. I let Reddit ping me, and now I'm going to be annoyed by that. Hey, we got a raid. Welcome, raiders. Hello, Lord Tupperware. We are at the tail end here. We've already bombed out of this event. We went 3-3 with a medium and weird red-blue deck. But now that they allow us to save out limited decks and challenge buddies with them, I have taken to following up with a couple of games with viewers after leaving an event that doesn't go quite the way we wanted. So we are replaying the draft deck against viewers. Our buddy Tron right now is trying to turn the corner. We had a pretty good advantage, but then they dropped Archon of Falling Stars and have found a couple of removal auras. But actually with the Omen, now I'm willing to pound in with everything, and we will accept... Let's see. They're going to get back Commanding Presence on Pilgrim, which is not the worst. So let's go ahead and offer Omen plus one of our creatures for that Archon. And for those of you who don't know me from Lord Tupperware's stream, my name is Ryan Spain. I co-created the Limited Resources podcast back in 2009 with Marshall Sutcliffe. Then I left that show in 2011 to hit up Wizards of the Coast for a job for 7 years. I worked in R&D for 5, and then I worked on Magic the Gathering Arena for another couple. And then I left Wizards, and now here I am streaming with you all. Thanks for hanging. Aspect of Manticore now asking us the question, do we want to save the Wave Rider or finish the plan of killing the Archon? I still think Archon death is more important here. So I'm going to let this happen. Steven wants to save the Wave Rider. I think a 4/4 flyer is just too much for us, although... You have a point that if we let this happen, Commanding Presence... If we do this trade, Commanding Presence comes back on the 3/2 and actually makes it a 5/4 first strike, make a dude thing. Yeah, well, it's first strike's only... yeah, right. So Steven is explaining his line, which I'm coming around to here. So, yeah, I changed my mind. We got to let the Archon go. Because we can't beat the Commanding Presence that would come back if we let this happen. At least got some damage in, but that's not the result we wanted. I could pump. I want to scry, though. I think scrying is going to be more important than 1 point of damage. No. Commanding Presence is indeed static, which is what makes it the card it is. Frankly, if this did not have the first strike clause, it would merely be okay. It's the fact that it becomes this unstoppable abyss a lot of the time that makes it so great. Boy, they're about to turn the corner. Tron is right about around the corner here. This Pegasus hitting for Vigilant, 2 points of lifelink per turn, is just going to let this one slip away from us unless we can find a win here. I like that they're attacking with Archon. This gives us a chance. They may be trying to deny... Tron is trying to not deny us extra draws, but I love having the blocker out of the way. And now we have a chance to find something for that Pegasus, which is actually also hugely important right now to us finding our way back in this game. Chimera, I don't think does it. It just doesn't match with anything they've got going on in the air over there, so we're going to bottom both of these and look for a better answer. An island is certainly not it. Not it. That being said...
Your friend here is only mostly dead.
We're not dead yet. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, we at least have a compelled block here, but we can't send in the Sea Guard, or else they just bounce off the Sea Guard and then swing back for lethal. So we're just going to send in Wave Rider and Oracle. Of course, that means they don't have to block either, but yeah, we can't block the Flyers, so this is our play. Yeah, this is where Pegasus starts to really make things rough on us, even more so than the Archon. Oh, also, I didn't notice if they had it or not. We didn't really think about it or talk about it, so maybe they didn't have the mana. But another option Tron had if we went for killing the Archon, if they had the mana, was to activate Dread Apathy on one of these and put an Apathy in their yard to return to the battlefield. Although at that point, they probably still just want the Commanding Presence, but I just hadn't even thought of that option. Oh yeah, White Omen gives you some life back. Well... looks like Tron's going to get some satisfaction. Tron was pretty bummed that their deck went 0-3. And this is the nice thing about the feature that we have here, is that it does allow people to get some play out of disappointing draft decks, or draft decks whose results disappointed, but maybe the deck didn't. You're just like, drafted the best deck of my life, and I bad lucked into 0-3. This feels terrible. This gives you a way to get some action out of it. But it looks like we're dead. Tron's got it figured out. I think we can count on Tron to find the attack here. But I'll make him sweat. Sweat, Tron, sweat! We made him sweat. Yeah, yeah. Feel that perspiration, Tron. Feel that sense of uncertainty that you have the win. I bet it sucked. Yeah, if this is free, I'm definitely going to be doing a bunch of this as my constructed play. GG, Tron. Yeah, you all should hook up with each other in terms of friends list arena and battle. Do some viewer battles. Let's do one more. We got some folks from Tupperware still here. I want to give them something else to watch. Should we switch to another deck? Actually, I'm going to switch to one more deck. We'll do a different deck, and I'm going to say goodbye to YouTube friends, though, and we'll cut this one off. Thank you so much for hanging out, YouTube buddies. Hey, let me know, do you like this extra content, non-event games tacked on to the end? I bet some of you thought you knew how this event was going to end, and then we tricked you with some post-event extra play. So that was fun. But anyway, thanks for hanging. Let me know what you think in the comments, and we'll talk to you next draft. Bye.